Major funding for this Read 180 workshop is provided by the National Science Foundation, America's investment in the future.
At Jif Peanut Butter, we know just how choosy you are when it comes to your family, including the shows you value most. Public television encourages kids' curiosity and love of learning, and Jif is proud to support Cyberchase on behalf of all choosy moms and dads.
Intel Corporation is a proud supporter of PBS. The Intel Innovation in Education Initiative provides teachers with the resources to inspire their students and encourage them to unlock their potential.
And by a ready-to-learn television cooperative agreement from the U.S. Department of Education through the Public Broadcasting Service.
And by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. This program was also made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to Workshop 9, No Small Hero. Only 50 years ago, some states had laws that kept African Americans segregated, separated from white people. Blacks, who were often called colored back then, had separate restrooms, hotels, even water fountains. Whites had their own schools, even their own professional sports leagues. Many brave people fought segregation, often facing great danger. In the first two readings, you'll meet one of those people, a little girl named Ruby Bridges. She faced a very scary situation when she had to go to an all-white school. The third reading is a poem, Life Doesn't Frighten Me, by one of our great American authors, Maya Angelou, where she imagines what it might be like to be a young girl dealing with scary situations. And in the video story, you'll meet real-life hero Jackie Robinson, the first African American to play modern Major League Baseball. Reading 1, Ruby Bridges. Just 50 years ago in many U.S. states, the best public schools were for white students only. But in 1954, that started to change. The U.S. Supreme Court, the most powerful court in the country, said that public schools had to integrate. They had to allow black kids and white kids to go to school together. The first black students to go to schools that had been all white had to be very brave. They faced angry people who were against integration. In this nonfiction article, you'll read about Ruby Bridges, one of the first black students to go to a school that had been all white. Reading 2, Through My Eyes. In New Orleans, Louisiana, it wasn't until 1960 that the first black students went to all-white schools. One of those students was Ruby Bridges. On Ruby's first day of school, her mother warned her that there would be crowds of people outside the school. Many white parents didn't want their kids to go to school with black kids. They'd been yelling at Ruby to go away. It was so dangerous that government police called federal marshals were sent to protect Ruby. In this excerpt from Ruby's autobiography, she tells about that frightening day and about her first year at the new school. Reading 3, Life Doesn't Frighten Me. Ruby Bridges bravely went to school every day, even though people yelled and threw things at her and parents wouldn't send their kids to school with her. Can you imagine what that was like? Your last reading is a poem about a kid a little like Ruby. It's called Life Doesn't Frighten Me by Maya Angelou. It's about a young girl and how she faces her fears. Maya Angelou is one of our country's greatest poets, teachers, and writers. She's the author of 12 best-selling books, including this one, Life Doesn't Frighten Me. Life Doesn't Frighten Me by Maya Angelou.
Shadows on the wall, noises down the hall. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Bad dogs barking loud, big ghosts in a cloud. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Mean old Mother Goose, lions on the loose, they don't frighten me at all. Dragons breathing flame on my counterpane? That doesn't frighten me at all. I go boo, make them shoo. I make fun way they run. I won't cry so they fly. I just smile, they go wild. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Tough guys in a fight, all alone at night. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Panthers in the park, strangers in the dark. Nah, they don't frighten me at all. That new classroom where boys all pull my hair, kissy little girls with their hair in curls, they don't frighten me at all. Don't show me frogs and snakes and listen for my scream. If I'm afraid at all, it's only in my dreams. I've got a magic charm that I keep up my sleeve. I can walk the ocean floor and never have to breathe. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Not at all. Not at all. Life doesn't frighten me at all.
Many African Americans took courageous actions in the fight for equality. The fight was fought on all fronts, from buses to schools, even to baseball. This is the story of a brave man and a true American hero, Jackie Robinson, as told by his daughter, Sharon Robinson. Jackie Robinson goes to bat.
Jackie Robinson was the first African American to play in Major League Baseball, breaking the sport's color line and paving the way for thousands of other black athletes. Millions of people called him a hero, but I just called him Dad. That's me, Sharon Robinson, with my father, Jackie, in 1951. My father's journey to the big leagues began a few years before that, around 1945, a time when the United States was still segregated. In some places, black people couldn't sit with whites on buses or even drink from the same water fountains. And black baseball players weren't allowed to play in the major leagues. At that time, Jackie Robinson was playing in the Negro Leagues, the only professional teams where blacks could play baseball. He didn't know that this man had bigger things in store for him. Branch Rickey was the general manager of the famous Brooklyn Dodgers. He wanted to bring blacks into the major leagues, and he was searching for the right player to lead the way. He heard about Jackie Robinson's reputation as a star college athlete who excelled in 6 different sports.
Robinson has it, running wide.
But he needed to know if my dad was a strong person, strong enough to take the prejudice he would face. But after Branch Rickey met Jackie, he knew he had the right man. The news of a black major leaguer rocked the country. Fans, players, and team owners protested. Even some of Jackie's teammates said they wouldn't play with him. But in 1947, Jackie played his first major league game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. He got insults and even death threats along the way, but he made it through the whole season. Well, he didn't just make it. He was voted Rookie of the Year. Jackie could hit, he could field, he could play almost any position. But most impressive was his speed and the way he could steal bases.
And here comes Robinson, trying to steal home. He's safe.
Over 10 years, he led the Brooklyn Dodgers to 6 World Series and became one of baseball's most respected players. Only 5 years after he retired, he was voted into the Hall of Fame. But most important, because of his dignity and courage, he opened the door for other black players to join the league and be accepted by America. He changed the face of baseball forever and continued to struggle for racial equality the rest of his life.
We're quite proud of the accomplishments, the achievements that black people have made. We want to make the kind of contributions that will bring pride and dignity to us.
When my dad died in 1972, thousands of people turned out to honor him. Since then, I've written 2 books about him, and I travel around the country talking about the special person he was. Oh, I have another job, too. I'm a vice president for Major League Baseball. And I couldn't have done that if Jackie Robinson, my dad, hadn't paved the way.
A trailblazer in the world of sports. Jackie Robinson.